All in the Family was a sitcom that aired on CBS for 9 seasons, from January 12, 1971 to April 8, 1979. It followed a working-class family living in Queens, New York, with an outspoken, narrow-minded, and seemingly prejudiced patriarch named Archie Bunker. His wife Edith is sweet and understanding, though very naive, with Archie sometimes calling her a dingbat. Their one child, Gloria, is more like her mother, kind and good-natured, but displays flashes of her father's stubbornness and temper. Gloria, however, is a feminist, and she is married to the college-educated Michael, who Archie refers to as Meathead. But what happened to the cast after the show ended? Carroll O'Connor played Archie Bunker, frequently called a lovable bigot. He was an assertively prejudiced blue-collar worker, and after the show ended, he was on the spin-off series Archie Bunker's Place for 4 seasons, until it was canceled in 1983. Then he did the TV movies Brass, The Glow Friends Save Christmas, Convicted, and The Father Clements Story. He played Chief Bill Gillespie on In the Heat of the Night for 7 seasons, from 1985 to 1995. He also made guest appearances on the shows Party of 5 and Mad About You. His last role was in the movie Return to Me in 2000. He was married one time and had one adopted son, Hugh O'Connor, who also starred in the Heat of the Night, but Hugh committed suicide in 1995. Carroll O'Connor died at the age of 76 on June 21, 2001, from a heart attack brought on by complications from diabetes. Jean Stapleton played Edith Bunker. She is Archie's ditzy but kind-hearted wife. After the show ended, she was in 5 episodes of Archie Bunker's Place. She had roles in many TV movies like Angel Dusted, Isabelle's Choice, Eleanor, and Something's Afoot. Then she made guest appearances on the shows Scarecrow and Mrs. King, Great Performances, The Love Boat, and Trying Times. She played Jasmine Zweibel in 2 seasons of Baghdad Cafe in 1990, and she guest starred on more shows through the 1990s, like Caroline in the City, Murphy Brown, Everybody Loves Raymond, and Touched by an Angel. She also had supporting roles in the successful movies Michael and You've Got Mail. Stapleton retired from acting in 2001 and was married once with 2 children. She died at the age of 90 years old on May 31, 2013. Sally Struthers played Gloria, the Bunker's college-age daughter who is married to Michael Stivic. After the program ended, she was in the spin-off shows Archie Bunker's Place and then Gloria. Then she played Marcia on the TV series 9 to 5 in 1986. She did voice work for animated shows like Tailspin, Yo Yogi, Tom and Jerry's Kids Show, Duckman, and Dinosaurs. She made guest appearances on General Hospital, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, The Division, and Still Standing. She also played Babette Dell on the TV series Gilmore Girls from 2000 to 2007. She was also a spokesperson for the Christian Children's Fund, advocating on behalf of impoverished children in developing countries. She stopped working as an ambassador for the organization after 35 years because of a terrifying experience when she traveled to Africa to meet her own sponsored child. A band of guerrilla warfare guys came out of the bushes and threatened to shoot them all, but ultimately she survived. But it was a turning point for her. Struthers has been married one time and has one daughter named Samantha. Rob Reiner played Michael Meathead Stivic, Gloria's Polish-American hippie husband. After the series ended, he began a directing career with films like This Is Spinal Tap, Stand By Me, and The Princess Bride. In 1987, with these successful box office movies under his belt, he founded his own production company, Castle Rock Entertainment. He went on to direct the Oscar-nominated films When Harry Met Sally, Misery, and A Few Good Men. He also made guest appearances on shows like The Larry Sanders Show, Curb Your Enthusiasm, The Simpsons, Hannah Montana, and 30 Rock. He has also acted in movies too, with roles over the years in Throw Mama from the Train, Bullets Over Broadway, The First Wives Club, Primary Colors, and The Wolf of Wall Street. Riner has been married twice, most famously to Penny Marshall, and he has 4 children. Danielle Brigance played Stephanie Mills, the 9-year-old daughter of Edith's cousin Floyd, who was a regular throughout the 9th season. After the show ended, she too was in the spin-off series Archie Bunker's Place, playing the same character. Then she made guest appearances on The Love Boat, Knots Landing, Mr. Belvedere, Days of Our Lives, and Murder, She Wrote. She retired from acting in the late 1980s to pursue a music career. She was one of the 2 permanent members of the short-lived rock band New Radicals, along with her longtime songwriting partner Greg Alexander, and she served as the group's keyboardist, percussionist, and backing vocalist. She has also recorded 2 solo albums, Arrive All Over You and Portable Life. She also has written or co-written a number of songs, including Natasha Bedingfield's hit singles Unwritten and Pocketful of Sunshine. Sherman Hemley played George Jefferson, Archie's combative neighbor. Midway through the series' run, George Jefferson was spun off into his own successful show, The Jeffersons, which lasted for 11 seasons. Then he played Deacon Ernest Fry on the show Amen from 1986 to 1991. He also made guest appearances on Designing Women, Hanging with Mr. Cooper, Family Matters, Martin, and The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He also played Willie Good in Good Behavior for 1 season. Then he had more guest starring roles in the shows Sister Sister, VIP, City Guys, The Hughleys, and Family Guy. He was never married and had no children. Sherman Hemley died at his home in El Paso, Texas, on July 24, 2012, at the age of 74. Isabelle Sanford played Louise Jefferson, George's wife. After her time on the show came to an end, she too moved over to star in The Jeffersons. Then she made guest appearances on shows like The New Mike Hammer, Dream On, Living Single, In the House, Sybil, and many more. She also did voice work for animated shows on the Disney Channel, and even The Simpsons. Sanford was married 1 time, but they divorced in 1960, and that's when she took her 3 children to Los Angeles. Following preventive surgery and months of steady decline, Sanford died on July 9, 2004, at the age of 86 years old. Alan Melvin played Barney Hefner, Archie's other neighbor and good friend. After the show ended, he did voice work for the animated shows Plastic Man, Captain Caveman and the Teen Angels, The Quickie Koala Show, and Flash Gordon. Then he played Barney Hefner again on Archie Bunker's Place for 4 more seasons. He then went back to voice work for animated shows like Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, Galtar and the Golden Lance, The Smurfs, Popeye and Son, and Tailspin. He retired in 1994 and was married once with 2 children. Melvin died of cancer on January 17, 2008, at the age of 84 years old, and is buried just yards away from his All in the Family co-star, Carol O'Connor. Let me know in the comments if I missed anything, and maybe even consider supporting the channel over on Patreon. If you enjoyed this video, consider watching this playlist. While you're at it, hit subscribe and share Recollection Road Entertainment with someone you know. As always, thank you so much for watching.